Strong winds are hampering firefighting efforts at the University of Cape Town. More than 250 firefighters have been deployed to battle the blaze.
Well, for the latest on the Cape Town fire, we're now joined by reporter Ronald Masinda. Ronald, good morning to you, colleague. What's been the latest from where you stand, at least as far as the Cape Town fire and rescue efforts team? They're saying it's still an ongoing effort.
It is indeed, and not very good news if you are in Cape Town, Tumelo, as the fire continues to spread rapidly. I want to quickly step out in the background, so just to give the viewers a sense, because we are using this crossing as an establishing shot, and we can see in the background that the fire is still raging on Table Mountain. And what we also have seen in the background are quite a number of red lights. Those are the lights of emergency vehicle, fire and rescue services who've been working around the clock over the past 12 hours to try and contain this blaze. And the difficulty today really is the strong southeasterly wind, which is going to really cause a negative and devastating impact on the firefighting efforts, because what we do know at this stage is that quite a number of properties near the Cape Town City Pole are also under immense pressure in terms of catching fire. We've seen quite a number of damaged property when we covered the story here yesterday, as well as vehicles. Now, what we do know is that the City of Cape Town has dispatched around 150 firefighters, and quite a number of also voluntary teams are also helping during this course. The difficulty at this stage, though, is that the rescue teams are unable to get choppers who are carrying water bombs up Table Mountain, given that it is still quite dark. We are expected to see quite a number of choppers up Table Mountain once the light becomes brighter. But the difficulty of getting choppers as well is the strong wind. So it is going to be quite a difficult mission as well to get choppers to get water cannons up there on Table Mountain. But it is also a difficult one for road users, because there are several roads leading to Cape Town that have been closed. We do know that on the M3 inbound and outbound there's closure at Hospital Bend and Rhodes Drive, as well as Philip Khosana Drive inbound and closed at Hospital Bend, and quite a number of roads leading on to the M3. So a lot of people will be affected today, given that it is a Monday. When the fire started out around 9 o'clock yesterday morning, traffic was brought to a standstill on a Sunday, which is really unheard of here in Cape Town on a Sunday. So you can only imagine that things are going to get a lot worse. What we do know is that obviously evacuations were underway from yesterday already. We know that around 4,000 UCT students have been given alternative accommodation, a gift of the givers, and a number of other groups are also helping during this course in order to find some form of relief for the many people who have been affected by this fire.
Yes, and when it comes to injuries, we know that some of the firefighters have been burned. How's everybody else?
So the good news from the conversations we had with the City of Cape Town yesterday, Safety and Security MACO member JP Smith, he says that the good news is that no fatalities have been reported, but there are around 2 firefighters who have been hospitalized after suffering burn wounds. But we are expecting the situation to possibly get a lot worse, given that this wind is really, blowing very hard. And we have seen quite a number of rescue teams on our way to town. Many of the parts that we will be trying to enter once we get a sense of how this fire is affecting people on the ground. We are expected that traffic will not allow many people in those spots, because the wind is quite strong and it poses a lot of danger for many people. We know that yesterday in that area a lot of people were told not to hike, and many people felt that they were deprived of their right to hike, but it was only for safety reasons. But what we also can establish at this stage is that investigations will also be underway in order to try and find out what could have led to the cause of the fire. JP Smith says that it could only be a human error, but we're also hearing reports that it could possibly be a homeless person who could have started that fire. But investigations will continue. We will also be hearing from the city to just find out the full scale of damages that have been caused by this fire, because we've seen quite a number of buildings also at UCT, and the first building that really caught fire was the tea room of a Rhodes Memorial, but after that we've seen quite a number of other buildings. We know that the fire has also started to spread in other parts near the City Bowl. Last night District 6 was also impacted by the fire, but we will be getting a sense on the ground in our next crossing just to find out just how badly this fire is damaged.
Okay, yeah, we can hear how strong the wind is on your microphone, and that's no friend to Cape Townians today.